Welcome back to another episode of Sad Money. It's your boy Alexander Payne, and to my left is
Steven Sihelnik.
this is episode 10. 10 big billion,
That's right.
big Billy. You know what's going down. The new year continues. Still on the job hunt. What's my job? Trying to get that bag. You know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
They didn't accept my application for the rat killer, but whatever. I'm still out here. I'm gonna do that for the streets anyway. I got mad love for Pizza Rat. Don't ever forget Pizza Rat.
What about Pigeon Rat when they fought?
Oh yeah, Pigeon Rat. Shout out to all my pigeons out there trying to take jobs from the community.
When there was the Pizza Gate.
There was Pizzagate. Well, we're not even gonna get into that. that Q. What is it? Q, right?
That was Q and all that shit.
That shit is so scary that they made sure to not even put. They don't even put Q on Sesame Street anymore after they heard about that. They're like, yeah, let's just avoid that letter.
They skip an alphabet,
Yeah. A lot of things going down financially early this year. Yeah. Or going up if you're talking about the debt ceiling. What do you got? You want to start first? I'll start first. What do you got?
Well, I think, maybe we can get to that in a second, but it's a big week in Switzerland, in Davos. All of the world's leaders have descended for the World Economic Forum in Davos. And that's all the brightest minds in finance and commerce. And more importantly, is 3,000 hookers have flown into Davos. Woo. It's a big, big week for sex workers. So can we please give a shout out and a little golf clap to our sex workers out there. Thank you for doing what you do.
Shout out to all the sex workers out there.
You deserve to have a voice.
Yeah, that's nice. 3,000?
They get paid it's like 3,000 a day, and I think it's like $7.50 an hour.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's more than Rudy Giuliani charged Trump.
Yeah.
Think about that.
If it makes you feel any better, I know James Harden pays more. So you can holler at my boy. He's in Philly.
Nice.
And all you got to do is twerk.
Nice.
You don't even have to put out.
I think this is the biggest weekend for sex workers other than NBA All-Star Weekend.
Oh, so this is their Super Bowl.
This is it.
This is their World
crazy.
Cup.
This is crazy, man. The stories that they have.
Yeah.
Insane. They're like, I got to go. There's a gun in front of me as I enter these hotels.
People are going to be doing...
I'm sorry, chalets. It's Switzerland.
Oh, chalets.
But then they do their thing. I guess because everyone's older.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of stamina, so it's a quick job for them.
So you could double up.
You could probably triple up.
Ooh, that's even better. Chalets while listening to Sade. You know what I mean? I feel you. You know what I mean? I hope I can get my bag up like that. You know what I mean? Because... I also, too, wrap up, if you're dealing with sex workers. I'm sure you have to, right? I'm not sure. Or is it extra to not?
I have no idea, but I'm sure they all sign NDAs. I'm sure these are people that they don't want to fuck with.
NDAs.
Hypothetically,
for the TNAs.
Yeah.
For the World Economic Forum? What is it again?
Yeah, WEF, World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the WWF.
That's the World Wildlife Federation.
Not to be confused with the WWE.
Exactly, which is World Wrestling Entertainment.
That's right.
Which is supposed to be sold to Saudi Arabia, apparently, right now. Vince McMahon came back from his sexual assault scandal.
Yes.
Honestly, Vince McMahon
shook that off.
He did. He pulled a Hulk Hogan. You remember when they have the arm and they drop it? He came back out of nowhere. He's like, I'm back, brother. And now he's...
Oh, my God.
Stephanie left the company. I think Triple H left again. And then now he's running it and he's trying to sell it. It's like he just came in before that 3 count.
That's right.
Because we were like, oh, Vince McMahon's disgraced.
Yeah. He got the shoulder
up.
We got to put in the meme of him shaking that off, walking down the ramp.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite meme.
No chance.
That's right.
That's what you got.
But they're, World Economic Forum, which is like, that's where that guy, it gets memed about a lot. It's basically like, leaders go there and Klaus Schwab talks a lot about how, world is going to change and green is good and all this other stuff.
Was that one, like it was a year ago, they were all touching the orb?
That's pretty much exactly what it is that type of stuff. Yeah,
okay.
We're not going to go into the conspiracy theory side of it. There's a lot of that stuff too. But the leaders are there. They are talking about stuff. That type of stuff. So there's that. Jamie Dimon, who runs JP Morgan, was talking a lot about like work from home and how
Yeah.
he hates it, which makes sense. He's a bank CEO.
Yeah.
He wants people to be productive. But he said it was interesting. He's like, I hate work from home except for women, where he's like, for mothers, it's helpful for them because they take on more housework.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a lot of progressives didn't like that, but I'm like, he's saying something in favor for you guys. But I understand why they didn't like it.
Speaking of JP Diamond, I think he is the only
Oh, Jamie, yeah.
Jamie. I'm sorry, I said JP. I mean
That was
JP
my
Morgan,
fault,
but
yeah.
Jamie. I think he's the only. I don't know what you call him, president of a bank, CEO, whatever he is. He's the only person to stay that long at a bank, while
Yeah.
also at the same time he got caught for 7 different federal felonies. So I wrote it down. So it's like based on. He's at Chase, on the other hand, is the only U.S. federally insured bank in history to be charged with 5 felony counts in the span of 7 years, while keeping the same man, Jamie Dimon. Everyone throw your diamonds in the sky, because you know the Rock's alive. As its chairman and CEO. So, you know.
Look, there's no two ways around it. He's a handsome man. You're not going to find a better person. He's Greek. He's got that salt and pepper hair. He looks like kind of like George Clooney, a little bit.
I've seen the man, and to me, he looks like a salamander. So
Right. But a beautiful salamander.
I don't know. He looks dead in the eyes.
But have you seen his competition?
Oh yeah, and it's competing with the other ones around.
Yeah.
Definitely, he's a salamander that can definitely do 50 push-ups. I'll
Yes.
definitely give you that. Yeah.
Like Lloyd Blankfein? Have you seen
Yeah.
that guy?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
You're right. In that
yeah.
department, he's the best of the slug lords.
Yes,
yeah,
1,000%.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely got a couple of those,
So what you're saying is he doesn't have to pay.
the sex workers.
He gets it for free.
I think he pays probably more.
He pays more. You think he pays more?
Probably. I think it's a sliding scale. The more powerful you go, I don't discount like sex. They're smart, man. They're like, okay, well, you're super powerful, so you're gonna pay double.
Okay.
It's an open market out there, man.
I hope they get overdrafted.
That would be
They
hilarious.
get charged a fee by their own bank.
That would be hilarious.
So the thing, speaking of banks, Bank of America.
Yep.
Shout out to BOA. I hope you die. So
Yep.
basically, there was a kind of a little bit of a bank run. Did you see this?
Oh, I saw this video.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a specific branch?
Well, this is the thing. I've been following Bank of America for a minute.
They're like the large.
I don't like Bank of America for multiple reasons. First of all, they frauded a lot of people for the
Yeah.
unemployment in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of my California peeps.
Damn.
And they never got their money. And then on top of that, there was like kind of a bit of a run on the banks where people were going into Bank of America.
Right.
And they couldn't get their money. And they were saying that money was missing from their accounts. But for all the sad money heads out there, if you go back to one of our clips that probably is the most viral, it's the one where we talk about the Congress people going to go work. Where does the person say they're going to go work? Bank of America.
That's right.
That's right. It's continuing. And you're going to say, well, did you guys call it? No, I'm going to be honest. Who called it? The Simpsons. We're going to play that clip. But there you go. That's my story with B of A.
Yeah.
Keep eyes on them. We don't know. Who knows if they're going to be around anymore.
The U.S. debt ceiling coming in. Yeah, who knows? For all of this.
And you know what they say? They say a government that robs Peter to pay Paul will always have Paul as a friend.
Let's get some diversity in there. What
Yeah.
about Paulette?
Paulette. That's it. Paulette. And who's Paulette? It ain't you. That's all you need to know. Paulette is B of A, Chase. What else we got? Wells Fargo.
That's right.
Who's also, didn't they steal money from their customers? They got in trouble a couple, like 2 years
Yeah, I
ago.
mean, their
for
mortgage division was
mortgage
horrible.
division. Yeah. They were
And
out
same with B of A with Countrywide. But yeah.
Countrywide is
Yeah.
not on your side.
They, it's, I guess speaking of all that with the banks, because bank earnings started coming in. Earnings season just started. So
Netflix is down.
Netflix, I saw that they got their subs up, but
But it didn't help.
their earnings is down right now.
And I
So,
think they just started running their first ads. Nike has a workout thing
really?
on Netflix. Nike has a thing you can do on Netflix that's a workout video, which is another way of saying it's an ad.
It's an ad.
It's
Interesting.
100% an ad.
I know. Okay, so Netflix came in for banks. J.P. Morgan lost 1.2 billion with their Apple Card, which is crazy. So, with basically they set it aside for loan loss provisions, but they really wanted to work with Apple, so they are now. And no, I'm sorry, Goldman
Okay.
lost 1.2 billion to basically loan loss provisions for Apple Card, for Apple Pay.
Hence the layoffs.
For Goldman,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Goldman's looking more like Bronzeman. Sachs.
but I guess Apple you got to give Tim Cook props because like he's able to strike a deal like that where they're not losing money. I guess Goldman just gets access to their consumers now
Yeah.
through Apple Pay, but it's definitely a bad deal for Goldman, which says a lot.
But Apple's also, they're producing less products now. They're producing less cell phones, less computers, and they said that that's what they would do because the demand's not there anymore.
Every time I open my phone, they tell me to buy Apple storage. I'm like, I don't want this shit. Yeah. They're like, we want like upgrade the Apple Cloud, whatever it is.
Oh,
iCloud.
yeah.
It's like 99 cents a month.
I guess I don't get that because I'm broke.
Well, I think it's because I'm running out of storage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm running out of Google Gmail storage, but
Who cares though? It's emails. Who
that's a
reads
good
email?
point too, yeah.
Yeah, I've got like 37,000 unread emails right now.
Oh, you got me beat. I'm at 20,000. How many text messages do you have unread?
Oh, you know what? Sometimes I'll send a text to myself to get my number up. You ever do that? You ever send that the password thing? It's like you gotta put your 6-digit password in to log into your account.
No, I used to do something.
2-factor authentication.
Back in the day, like in college, if I went to a party and I didn't know anyone, I would pretend like I was on a phone call. So it looked like I was at least talking to somebody.
You do this?
I did it for a minute too.
I've seen memes where there's people in the club on the AccuWeather app. They're checking the weather. They don't know who to talk to. But no, Apple Pay, it makes sense because a lot of consumers are not going to be able to pay their credit card bills, right? But
consumers, we got a United States government. I don't think they can pay their credit card bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the debt ceiling?
Yeah, let's raise the roof off this mother.
That's right. We're hitting that ceiling. $31.4 trillion, something like that.
That's 31.4 trillion.
And we just hit the ceiling this week,
This week.
We've done a lot. They've got a couple months to hash it out still, so it's not a huge issue. Because Janet Yellen has taken like extraordinary measures, but she is upset. Mm-hmm. I heard she started playing Little John, fucking to the window, to the walls.
Yeah.
She was upset.
Janet Yellen, I always say this, but she looks like Toad from Mario, if you guys don't know who Janet Yellen is.
That's right.
The first time we spent $1 trillion, it was when Ronald Reagan was president. It was 1987. You know what else happened in 1987? Beverly Hills Cop 2 came out.
Shout out Eddie Murphy.
Do. So
Damn.
maybe we just need Eddie Murphy to do another Beverly Hills Cop.
We need you back.
Fix the
Eddie.
problem.
We need you back.
So the Treasury Department is in the beginning of use of special measures to avoid U.S. payment defaults.
Yep.
And you're probably wondering what is the special measures. This is really special, so make sure you're paying attention. The specialness is that they will take money out of your pension and retirees' accounts, and they will use that.
Right.
And they've also done it before. So if you're retired and you have a pension,
Right.
I want to thank you for helping the United States continue. That's very patriotic of you. God bless America.
God bless.
So yeah, this is great. You know what I mean? As interest rates rise,
Yep.
dollars becoming more expensive.
Yep.
So, compared to every other currency, and this is great, especially if you're Japanese. Wait, I'm sorry. This is horrible, especially if you're Japanese.
Yeah. Because they started tightening recently,
They started tightening.
which is like, we were talking about this before. It's almost like they don't want to tighten. I don't think they should tighten personally because their population is aging. I think they need to take like easing measures because they got to stimulate people spending. They're not having kids and they're not spending. They're not growing families. So
That's what you need to get me out there.
that's right.
Because that's what I know how to spend.
We got a passport, bro, in the building here, huh?
Passport, bro. You need to get me out there because I will spend.
You want to go find you a
buy.
geisha, huh?
I will go to. I don't even care about the women. I'm gonna have me a fleet of Shiba. What do you call them? Shibus. Them dogs.
The Shibas,
Yeah.
Shiba Inus.
I'm gonna have a whole fleet of them, dye 'em yellow, have them looking like Pikachu and Eevee, and I'll be running around that bitch just buying Visvim and Capital, all kind of Japanese brands. Like I'm ready.
Wow.
Put me in the game, coach.
I take it back. You don't need a wife. You don't need kids to.
I need a
spend.
stylist.
You can spend yourself.
I don't need to meditate. I'm gonna levitate when I get out there.
Man,
I love keeping up with Japan because it's interesting.
yeah.
The Japanese have a stash of $2 trillion in foreign bonds. And the great thing, I shouldn't say it's great. I don't mean great. But I mean, if you are a traveler or someone going to Japan, the Japanese yen was down 2% versus the dollar.
Okay.
Bank of Japan, what do you call it? Shocks the market. They didn't. What did they do? They left the yield curve unchanged.
The Bank of Japan.
The Bank of Japan.
Okay.
Because it took me a minute. I was like, what is their Fed thing called? And I'm like, oh yeah, the Bank of
Bank of
Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
So essentially they needed trillions of dollars to hold that cap. And at this point, it could go 200 yen to $1, which is, what do you say? Well, my boy, my guy. It's only going to get worse.
What's their?
This is what they're doing to hold the line.
Oh, okay.
So as we continue on, it's definitely
It's gonna depeg.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, and they're gonna have to dump our bonds, which I'm wondering though if they dump or not foreign currency, U.S. dollar, whatever treasuries. I'm sorry, not bonds. They're gonna dump our treasury, but I'm wondering if when they do that, does that mean the Fed has to buy them back up, right?
Oh yeah, who's gonna buy it?
Who's
Yeah.
gonna buy it? You have to, right?
It's a good question. Yeah,
This is where I'm out of my depth here. I'm still learning about this part.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think no one understands like the global plumbing at all right now.
And at the same time, I think it's 12 days
Yeah.
until the Fed's next decision.
Oh, for what they're gonna raise.
What they're gonna
with
raise.
the FOMC meeting. Yeah,
Are they going to go all in? Are they going to pull back? Are they going to fold?
I think what I've been reading and I think looking at the bond market, a good thing for people to do is like, again, like we talk about the equity market a lot, but
Yeah.
there's a lot more money in bonds. And I'm not going to say it's a smarter market, but it's a smarter market. And I think basically what they call it, SOFR, basically, which it took the place of LIBOR. But what SOFR is pricing in is, if you look at the 3-month futures in December of 2024, it's pricing in about a 50 basis point cut, which is pretty aggressive, right? Because it's 2023. The Fed is still raising rates. They've said they're going to raise at 25 bips now, a couple of times. So you're telling me that we're going to raise rates through like halfway through 2023, and then in 2024 we're going to start cutting already? That's like it's like an amusement park ride. You don't go up and down. I think we're going to stay higher for longer. This is how I think a lot of people are putting it, but I think we're going to raise a couple of times, and then we're going to maintain it at that level for quite a while. See how it goes.
I think
But the consumer is definitely deteriorating now. I think we haven't seen it in unemployment rates yet, but we're going to start to see it.
But you are seeing it in retail sales are
Yes.
falling. You're
Yeah.
seeing it in real estate is collapsing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cars are more expensive than they ever been unless they're a Tesla.
No, those are collapsing too.
They're collapsing now too?
Yeah, in the resale market.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got the price cut.
Oh, they did? Oh, yeah, the Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are signs or economic indicators at the same time no one is spending any money. And if they are,
Yeah.
it's through credit. They don't even have the money to actually keep it going.
Yeah.
So the question is, can this continue for another year or two? And the
Yeah.
answer is no.
No.
And then you're just going to be in this loop of cutting rates higher, cutting, printing, cutting, or
Yeah.
tightening, printing, tightening, printing, tightening, printing.
Yeah.
And someone's going to give out. And that's why a lot of people right now believe that Russia and China, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to say this because I'm American personally, and I do love America. But it's like they're saying you're witnessing the fall of an empire, and that Russia and China are driving the global what is it de-dollarization. And so when the dollar can no longer fund its debt
Yeah.
with money printing, it will collapse. So as long as we keep printing money to fix our problems and raising the debt ceiling,
Yeah.
this is just a spiral. And all you're doing is kicking the can upstairs, but imagine like a meteor can.
Yeah.
Like it's just a weight above us. Was it Atlas Shrugged or whatever that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Ayn
what
Rand.
we are.
Ayn
Yeah,
Rand.
Ayn Rand, yeah.
What a weird name, Ayn.
Yeah, Ayn.
I always thought it was Ayn Rand, but it's Ayn. Ian.
Einstein.
Ayn Rand. It's wild.
So that's what the future looks like.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can continue this and our kids have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Gen Z, I'm hoping you guys have to deal with this.
I mean, they'll make a TikTok dance to dance it away.
That's a good point. I just realized this too. Everyone in Gen Z,
Do that.
yeah, everyone in Gen Z looks like they're in Team Rocket. So Team Rocket's blasting off again.
I would do the Team Rocket salute, but it's really a Nazi salute.
It is a Nazi.
Yeah,
it is definitely.
We can't do that on
We'll
screen.
just do the meow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's pretty wild.
It's called being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. Yeah, the layoffs continue. We just don't see it in the data yet because it's backwards looking. But Google announced today, we're filming this on a Friday after market close, but they did 12,000 job cuts. So I think this year alone, because Microsoft cut 10,000, Google's cut 12,000, Salesforce has cut like 8,000.
Yeah,
LinkedIn, Twitter. I think it's getting close to like 100,000 in terms of like cuts across tech, which is, it's a blip when you look at the overall market, but you know, tech has been such a big focus. I think the scary thing is that this bleeds over from which you call like white collar to like blue collar and anything else, because that would be really bad. I mean, you know, that would be, that's the backbone of the U.S. economy.
I'm what you would have called a blue collar worker when I was, well, technically, I guess I was white collar at one point for OnlyFans, but.
Yes.
So I was blue and white.
Because you were working from home.
Yeah, all I was missing was the red collar. That was it. Red, white, and blue collar. But this is the great thing that you realize when you do both jobs. You make a lot more money sitting down than you do standing on your feet. So I'm just letting that be known right now. I've done both.
Yeah.
Both at the same time. And if you can find a job where you can sit on your ass, you're going to make way more money than you do standing. And I don't know why it is that way, but it is that way.
Dude, if I could do it again and I went back, I would become a electrician. There's no question.
If I could do it, I think about this all the time when people go, you know, what would you do if you go back in time and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I would be like, man, I would just go back in time and I would take some of the money I would spend it on buying Nike SB Dunks.
Yep.
And I would just put that in the S&P.
Yep.
And I would just do everything the same way I did before, but then eventually I would just be a millionaire by now.
That's actually a good point.
Like
it's
at 18,
disgusting.
like
Apple.
Yeah, if someone had told me even if I invested in Nike back in 2007.
Netflix. Imagine putting money, it's like, hey, it's a movie company.
My mom, I remember when my mom first started renting Netflix. She used to get them out that box.
That was like 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
I remember
thinking, what a dumb...
what a the
dumb
same
invention.
thing. The fucking DVD.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? We go to Blockbuster and you get it. And she's like, yeah, but it's easy. You just put them in the mail. You don't have to go to Blockbuster. I remember being like, but I like going to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And now I go back home. I'm getting ready to go back home pretty soon to California. And every time, my favorite place where I used to go, which was a Blockbuster, is
Yeah.
just now a Chase Bank, and I hate it.
Right.
I hate it. It's not the same.
Shout out JP Morgan again.
Yeah, you took that spot. It's like, and it's a big ass bank because
Yeah.
it was a Blockbuster,
Yeah.
and you're like, really, Chase?
There's actually one Blockbuster left.
In like Kansas or something, right?
I thought it was like Seattle.
Oh, is it Seattle? Even
Yeah.
I will make the pilgrimage,
Yeah.
and I will
One
rent a
of those two.
movie,
Yeah.
and I won't rewind it. I'll just. That's what I used to do.
But it's out there. Yeah, that made me think of, that Disney would have been good. Also, in Disney, there's actually an activist investor who called the Treant Fund. This guy named Nelson Peltz. He's like a famous activist investor. All activism means is they buy like 5% or 6% or more of the company, and they come in and they say, we want a board seat because we want to tell you how to run the company better. So it's Nelson Peltz in one corner.
His name is Nelson Peltz.
Isn't that a crazy name?
Nelson Peltz?
Nelson. It's like Nelson off The Simpsons. Yeah, that's what the letters sound like. They write letters and they go, bitch, we know how to run your company better. I don't understand why these guys, they write letters. They should do this on TikTok now.
Nelson
Like,
Peltz.
yeah.
That's where all the activism is actually happening.
It's on TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah. Get on TikTok, Nelson. Make a video saying, Disney, you ain't shit. I can run you better than you can run yourself. And put it out there. But he's fighting the House of Mouse right now. He wants a board seat.
No one beats Disney.
No one beats
No
Disney.
one beats the House of Mouse.
But he's just trying to make a quick buck, right? He bought shares and he wants the stock price to go up.
Here's how you know
Yeah.
no one beats Disney. I remember, what's his name? Walt Disney once said,
Yeah.
I love Mickey Mouse more than I've ever loved any woman in my life. And he was happily married until he died.
Yeah. And he meant it.
And he meant it.
Yeah.
Because he had a house in Disneyland in California that he would stay at the park at sometimes. And I don't want to know what he was doing in that little house. And I don't want to know what he was doing to whoever had to wear the mouse costume. But
No.
all I'm saying is he froze his head.
Yeah. They're called Imagineers for a reason.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Imagine that. If I ruled the world. Walt Disney, man, I don't think no one has beaten. Think about it.
No.
There's army bases all over the world,
Yeah.
and there's Disneylands all over the world.
I think this guy is just bored. He's a billionaire and he's bored. And who can blame him? Like, you're bored. I get it, Nelson, but find
Nelson
another
Peltz.
company to bully.
Nelson, pelt me with some of that money. Pelt me. I will join your crusade. I will just go to Knott's Berry Farm and enjoy that.
You know what's crazy? Is
Six Flags.
the name Nelson is uncool, but the last name Peltz, that's pretty cool. Peltz.
Because it's like it hits you with something.
It's like a
Yeah.
pelt. It reminds me of Coming to America and like the pelt that like Eddie was wearing.
Oh, I got you.
The pelts.
That's what when I say the man's got his own money. He's got his own money. And I'm talking about Walt Disney, man. He's got Disney bucks.
Yeah, man.
I remember I used crazy about having Disney bucks as a kid. And then remember Toys R Us, they had their own currency.
Yep.
And then they got sank by hedge funds.
Yep. Yeah. It's well, good luck to you, sir. I mean, we'll be watching from our seats and reporting on it.
Yeah, I don't even pay for Disney Plus, so I share an account with someone else. So
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, come on, we share. I don't have my own Netflix. I share it with like 8 people. And if I lost it,
I'm trying to think, do I have an ESPN account? I'm like, how do I support Disney? I must support them in one way.
right?
I don't know if I've supported Disney in a minute. But
If
I will say
someone
this.
wants to share their Disney account with us or ESPN, we would gladly take it. Just DM us, Sad Money Podcast.
That's true. I do watch basketball on ESPN, so
Yeah.
I'm still a supporter of Disney somehow.
I'll trade someone Amazon Prime for ESPN.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Amazon Prime a free trade for ESPN? I feel like Amazon Prime is better than ESPN.
Okay, I take that back. I want Hulu and Amazon.
There you go.
and ESPN.
Yeah, because there's someone out there has that three
Yeah.
3-in-1 package, which is ESPN Plus,
Yeah.
Hulu,
Yep.
and Disney Plus.
Damn.
I feel like that's worth one Amazon
That is.
because that's
All right.
like $7.99.
Man, Alex, his next job is going to be a negotiator right here.
That's what I'm talking about right
This
here.
is great.
My next job is gonna be negotiating, and then and I'm gonna do it from Japan, the Bank of Japan. It's gonna be me and what's the guy's name? Is it Kuroda? The guy who runs it out there.
Oh, I don't know his name. I don't know how to say it at least. It does
Yeah.
start with a K.
Yeah, but it's gonna be me and him. We're gonna be chilling,
Yeah.
and like, listen, man, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be. What is it? A passport, bro?
Yeah.
We saw this earlier. I was looking at. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's becoming a regular occurrence in New York City.
Yep.
The sirens. But we were watching this thing called Passport. I was watching this thing on my
Passport Bros.
favorite news source, World Star Hip Hop. It was a passport bro, where essentially men are getting passports to go get other women in other countries to marry them.
Yeah.
Now, whatever makes you happy, go do that.
Right.
But they were talking about the women here in this country were talking about don't put down us. Like it's like we're the problem because you got rejected and you have to go somewhere else. And I wonder if there's any passport bros out there or passport hoes. I'm trying to figure out what's the female word for that.
Bras.
Passport broads. That's it.
Yeah.
My bad. Passport broads out there. And I want to hear your story. And I want to know how much it cost you. Where did you go to find the love of your life? Because this feels kind of like 90 Day Fiancé.
It also feels backwards to me because like I'm trying to marry someone from, I've talked about this a lot, Swiss, Nordic country, any country with a broad base of oil reserves.
Yeah.
I want to marry you because your country has money. What?
Scotland has a lot of oil.
Yeah, but the accent. That's the only problem. I'm
How
sorry.
bad do you want the oil, lads?
Yeah, I can't deal with that for 40 years.
Oh, Stephen Sihelnik.
I think Swiss or Dutch would be great. Those are great passports. Switzerland specifically.
A girl from Denmark.
Norway too. Oh my God.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't go for that.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what country I would want to marry.
Right. Into for citizenship.
For citizenship. I mean, that's the only reason I would really think to do it is to go over there.
That's what I'm saying.
And become a citizen because, you want to keep that American citizenship.
Yeah.
That passport is like, that's like having a black card out there in the world.
It is. It is. That's why the passport bro logic, I'm like, this is kind of faulty to me because I'm thinking about like, you want to gain citizenship there.
Yeah.
So find a better, you still got to have to entertain and impress, but, if you get access to Norway and that Norges Bank oil fund, oh my God, I will massage your feet every day with oil or whatever to get that passport, Norwegian passport.
That's a great question. Maybe you could just marry women in multiple countries. You know what I mean? There's got to be some way to... I definitely know someone that has done this.
Yeah.
I don't know who, but I'm just got to go through my Rolodex where I'm like, there's definitely some passport bro that's married a lot of...
It's his name, Andrew Tate.
Oh, yeah, Andrew Tate. Did we talk about Andrew Tate?
No.
Okay,
thank God.
Let's avoid Andrew Tate.
Please.
Yeah. He's in jail, though.
But I probably took you away from your original point with passport bros and broads.
Oh, my original point is I just want to know how much it costs to live this lifestyle, one. And then two, what happened when you found love? And three, my thing is, do you think it's easier to find love outside of the United States? Because my point that I think is, and I've thought about a long time, is America is a first world country economically.
Yep.
But it seems to be love-wise, we're a third world country. So people are leaving to go find the love of their life. But then again, I did meet some women in Paris that left to go find the love that they thought would be from French men, but apparently it didn't work out. That French men aren't very romantic. They are actually like Pepe Le Pew, which is like really creepy.
Really?
Yeah, she was telling this girl in France was telling me about this guy who was literally sending her porn videos off of Hinge.
This is wild.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What a wild turn of events here. I don't think we can get into that.
I didn't either, but then I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute. I know some women that have left the United States to go find love.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for them.
Yeah.
But if it worked for you, I want to know.
Yeah.
And how much it costs.
Yeah. I generally think like extraditing yourself from a country in the name of love is not a good idea. I think it's probably easier to find your, what do you call it, your third eye center, and maybe do a little bit of meditating. That's free.
Astral project.
Yeah, astral projection. That's free, and you can project yourself anywhere you want.
Speaking of going to other countries,
Yeah.
rich investors. That's what I'm just gonna call them.
Okay.
Rich investors, not those poor investors, but the rich investors.
High net worth individuals.
Yeah, people with what do they call them? High value people.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that is. They pulled out of Chile, leaving a $50 billion hole.
Interesting.
Yeah, and a lot of people believe the reason that they pulled out of there is because copper is their number one export in
Okay.
Chile, and we don't really use that much copper anymore. I mean, the only people that I know that really use copper are basically IUDs. So what I'm trying to say is the 1% had to pull out. They had to pull out of sweet child, Chile. So it's interesting too that rich investors and people are pulling their money out of a bunch of countries where they're like, we don't need this export anymore.
That's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
I thought the price of copper has been all over the place
It
too.
was squeezing at one point. Nickel was squeezing at one point. Silver was another one. And who knows what's going to happen in the future. All I want to know is if you're a passport bro and you're in Chile,
Yeah.
I think I could be a passport bro in Chile after those rich investors pull out.
Chile.
Chile.
Well, I heard that there's hyperinflation there, so that might have something to do with it also.
Hyperinflation.
Yeah.
Coming to a theater in America soon.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think core inflation, because that's come down, like the headline numbers come down, but I think there's like structural inflation that's going to stay for a long time with energy prices.
Wasn't there a
all
period
that
though
stuff.
that Jerome Powell was saying we want to get inflation
Yep.
up to 2%?
Oh yeah.
And then
long
now
time.
we've soared
Signal.
past.
Yeah, that was pre-COVID. They've
Yeah.
said that for years and years and years. They said that was a big issue.
And now we're at 6.8%.
Something like that, yeah.
If you believe that number, which is not the real number.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think inflation is out of control. And I don't think they really do. It's like what does they say? The tail wagging the dog?
Yeah.
It's
Exactly
This
correct.
is a spiral right now, and it's just basically a game of musical chairs of who's going to break first. Because essentially, what happened in the UK? Remember when they were using people's pension funds?
So that's why Powell was so serious about getting inflation under control. That's
Yeah.
exactly correct, because of the gilt market
Yeah.
out there. Because they did it, and then the second that they went back to easing, the markets almost broke there. Their bond market, gilt market, it almost broke. They were like 24 hours from defaulting.
And he felt a little guilty.
Yes.
Bonds.
Yeah. Thank you to our viewers for keeping up with Alex's eye. Also, it's gotten much better.
It's gotten better, but it hasn't gotten all the way better.
Yeah.
It's probably because I don't ice it. I can't afford ice right now. But when your boy can, it's back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gotten better. And this is a little much better too.
Yeah.
That's it.
You could do the Nelly thing and put the little tape over your...
I mean, if I didn't have it before, it's like now it's basically this like tiny little scar right there.
Yeah.
But definitely the eye is getting there.
That's a lot better.
Much better. I still see the black eye though.
I read I guess in some good news is that the scientists have unlocked like a key milestone in reversing aging
Oh, which is?
right now. I don't know what the milestone is. I was just reading the headline.
I don't know what the milestone
Yeah,
is.
but apparently they
Ice.
yeah, it's ice or something.
Just ice yourself.
Yeah. I'm like, that's interesting. I wonder.
Melanin. That usually is what I notice. It works for a lot of people I know. Melanin helps.
Yeah. I wonder what the biomarker is. But they basically are able to reverse the aging of cells, which I don't know. I think personally the world would do better if none of us were here.
I do think we have not I don't want to say a too many people problem,
No.
but I think we are slowly rectifying that ourselves by everyone in the world having much less sex than other people did before us.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And it's not just a Japanese thing, it's happening also in China. They overestimated their population. Germany as well. Us, obviously, United States, millennials, we're not having kids at the rate that the boomers and everyone else was above us. And yeah, so somebody's got to be looking young and getting out there and making babies.
Yeah, it's kind of, we're very dependent on it.
We need it. This is how the economy works.
Yep.
That's crazy though. That's how the economy works. They're like, look, people aren't having sex. Where's the next workforce coming from?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an evil thought. Greedy. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how it works. Like, Canada is opening up their borders right now, but not because they're doing it for a good reason.
Yeah.
They need workers. So they're easing,
Passport bros, you heard that?
Yeah, go to Canada, free healthcare. Mm-hmm. But you shouldn't be doing it just because you're in a labor shortage. It's not going to end well for the migrant workers. And it's ironic we're seeing it from the U.S. because of how we treat a lot of workers. But, I don't know. It's like that shouldn't be the solution, is like siphon people from other countries. I don't know.
I would like to be siphoned to another country. I'd like to be siphoned, period. It's been a minute since I've been siphoned by somebody.
Oh my God. What else? The uplifting news that I saw also that was really great is I saw that the cancer death rate in the U.S. has fallen 33% since 1991, which is really great.
People are taking better care of themselves. They're eating better. They're drinking better. They're thinking better.
Yep. Immunology.
It's all because of Tupac's song Changes. He said it at the end. He said, we got to start changing the way we eat, change the way we live.
Change the way we love.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Shout out to Tupac. You did it.
Yeah. We miss you, Pac.
I just imagine a scientist in there.
Yeah.
With a test tube, crip walking with a bandana tied up.
I heard he comes out of hibernation once a year for Davos.
Oh, Tupac goes to the World Economic Forum?
Yeah.
Shout out to Pac for saving the world. Or what did he say? Inspiring the mind that will change the world?
That's right.
He did it. He did it.
He knew. He got it.
Yeah.
He understood. But yeah, that's good. I think, scientists have made a lot of, because it's easy for us to get stuck on, the world is getting worse and, finance and all those issues. But, the way we get healthcare has gotten a lot better. If you can get healthcare.
Yeah, there's more access to, even if, when I got hurt, if I wanted, I could go to urgent care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have went to urgent care. I was just making sure in my head. I was like, wait, does it cost me money? No, I don't think it does.
Show up, yeah.
But 100%, even as much as we do joke about this stuff, it's like, it's just money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've been broke for a minute.
Look at our debt ceiling. It's
then I made money. Then I lost money. And it's just it's just money. Remember how worthless money was during the pandemic when they were just printing it crazy and giving it to us?
It's even more worthless now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And as they continue to print, it will be more and more worth less and nothing. Yeah. And then when the dollar's worth nothing, that's when we'll move to Japan because it'll be worth even less there.
Exactly. I think the debt ceiling, it's 31.4 trillion, and I think the debt clock is each of us, all of us, have $250,000 in debt thanks to that.
Shout out to the debt. Debt's healthy though. Also, Bitcoin back up 22,000.
We up. Stay up.
All the way up.
I don't own any
Don't
Bitcoin.
let the elevator take us down. Me neither.
But
I'm just saying, you ever do that sometimes where you don't own something, but you try and convince yourself in your head, man, if I had just bought, you know what I mean? Some shit you never even heard of.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, if I had bought Pokemon cards back in 1995 and I kept them safe.
I still got my cards.
He's got an investment strategy.
That's right.
That man right there.
You know what I call that?
What?
My 401k.
Pokemon. Charizard.
That's all I got. I don't know what else to fall back on. I got my War Turtle, Blastoise. I got my holographic Charizard. I got one of those.
I don't think I have any Pokemon. And I had a lot of them, but I don't think I have them anymore. They all
Damn.
got rained on.
They got rained on.
Yeah, we took all of our stuff I think when I moved out a
Yeah.
long time ago, and we put it in the garage, and then the garage got the rain went through and destroyed the whole of the garage. Then
Yeah.
destroyed our stuff inside. And shout out to all my people in California. The rain is heavy right now. I know it's not good. A lot of
Yeah.
homes being washed away and stuff, but technically we were in a drought, and we're not anymore.
Yeah.
So
That's
I guess the
wild.
rain's also kind of good in a way. But yeah, I lost all my Pokemon cards,
Yeah.
but so I don't have a investment plan. I don't have a 401k no more.
Yeah. Damn.
But I'm gonna get on that crypto though.
That's right. You'll bring it back.
Someone just give me $22,000. Tom Brady, I'm looking at you.
He's out of the playoffs, right?
He's out of the playoffs.
Man.
He's out of the money game. He's out of the Giselle game.
He's down bad this year.
That's the crazy thing. Tom Brady's
crazy.
down bad is just our normal lives. Like,
It's still better.
not married to Giselle
Yeah.
and doesn't have crypto and is not in the playoffs. It's
Yeah.
like he's just a regular person now who
Yeah.
gets to play with his kids.
I kind of like him more now. He feels
do?
He feels more like an everyman.
Um,
You know what I mean? Because he's been. I want to see a good comeback. That's what I'm saying.
I just think
Kind of like Michael B. Jordan in the next Creed. I want to see him really. I mean, it's a movie, so he's gonna win. But I want
Yeah.
to see him win really well
I just like.
because of Lori Harvey.
Oh yeah.
Again, that godless woman.
She took Michael B. Jordan down a peg or two, bro. I feel you.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
need to get you, I think he has a passport. You need to get yourself out there. Just find your girl that looks just like Lori and marry her instead.
Yeah, Mike, reach out to us. We can give you some of the best countries to go to, best per capita GDP, and we can help you find the person of your dreams. Man, woman, chic,
Oh, that's a good point.
whatever you're looking for, we got you.
That's a great point.
We got you. We're on your side.
I'm gonna let Steven do that one, because personally, I'm horrible at picking women. Personally,
Right,
yeah, I like them crazy,
right.
and that's about it. That's really the only qualification that I need, really. So, Mike, you don't want to listen to any. Matter of fact, I should be whatever I do, you do the opposite.
You do the opposite.
Yeah, like, was it Seinfeld? It's like, if it never works out, why don't you do the opposite? So that's what I would say for Michael B. Jordan. But
Alex is gonna have you dating a penguin in Antarctica. So
yeah, I'm gonna have you dating somebody. I'm probably someone that's a suicide bomber, to be honest
Oh
with
my
you.
God. Oh,
Knowing my taste, yeah. But
jeez.
what we're trying to say is, you should get out there and see the world while you can,
Right.
because everything is open right now, and the dollar's up, man. The dollar is like 1-to-1 on most currencies. The
Yeah.
pounds, the
Right.
euro.
Yep.
It's pretty soon about to be 200-to-1 on
yen.
the yen. Obviously, you don't want to go to Russia. We don't even want to talk about that.
Nope.
But that war is going to continue on. And then China, well, I don't think you can go there right now because of COVID.
Yep.
Brazil, you're good.
You're great in Brazil.
Chile, I just told you, you don't even, just bring all the pennies you got. You'll be good. Yeah, Colombia.
You know.
It's time for everyone to start getting out there and seeing the world.
Yeah.
You know, especially you, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, man. The world is your oyster.
I wonder how much he misses that girl.
He doesn't. He's moved on. Don't think about it.
Okay, now I'm thinking about how much he misses her. I'm like, does he miss this girl?
No.
Future, just be like Future. Just be toxic.
Yeah. I guess. But that seems like a defense mechanism to me.
Future?
The toxicity.
That Future has?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a defense mechanism or we are all aiding to it, where it's like he did something one
we
time.
build it up.
Yeah, and then at a certain point, Future's just like, oh, this is who they want me to be?
Yeah, we do feed into it.
Then I will be the villain. I will be the hero.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Shout out to Future.
Yeah.
It's the end of the podcast, so I don't think YouTube will catch this, but Future looks like he eats pussy in the sniper position.
Oh my God. We need to.
has nothing to do with finance.
we
but
need to we need to end this. We've been going on a passport
toxic
pro.
boy passport bro route. That's it. That's all I got to say about financial news in the world.
What's happening?
What's happening? Yeah.
We will see you soon.
Oh wait, last thing.
Yes.
Arizona iced tea. I went to CVS. $1.25.
My brother actually sent me a picture and he said to show it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
And I'm actually pulling it up right now.
Arizona iced tea. Like I said, Arizona iced tea. Tracker alert up $1.25.
Let me pull this up. I swear to God, my brother sent me this. Shout out my brother Paul. Look at this though. Arizona lemon, 79 cents.
Where does he live?
He lives in Seattle, but it's on sale.
Oh, it's on sale.
Yeah, 79 cents.
All right, here in New York City,
Yeah.
higher than that.
Yeah.
So it's different places all over the country.
Yeah.
Different prices all over the country.
Yeah, but to be fair, he has to live in Seattle, which is a complete war zone.
Yeah, it just rains all day.
Oh,
All
I
night.
meant they have to deal with what do you call it? That district downtown.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I haven't been to Seattle since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I haven't been to
That's
Seattle
right.
since Kurt Cobain was in Seattle. That's the last time I was in Seattle.
I haven't been there, but I want to visit Fraser's home.
Man, my mom loves Frasier.
It's a great show.
Yeah, shout out to, was it?
Kelsey.
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Kelsey Grammer, we love you.
But you ever hear him sing that song?
Yes.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he sings that?
Yeah.
Who puts that in their contract? And I want to sing the outro, so.
All right. I think
That's it. I got nothing else financially. Yeah.
yeah, we covered a lot. Yeah, earnings season started. Keep watching earnings season. We'll be back at it shortly and have a good one all. We'll see you soon. Sad Money out.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, yeah. We're going to put a Patreon up soon.
Yeah, we're going to put a Patreon up. Please support it if you like what we do and you find our information valuable or
Let us know what you want to see
Yeah.
on Patreon, too.
please. We got
Yeah.
some great content ideas.
Yeah.
And that will be coming out soon.
I still got the OnlyFans passwords if you guys need them. Just letting you know. I put that behind the paywall.
That's behind the paywall for sure. All right. Sad Money out. Peace.